Good morning to all. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss on Introduction to Machine Learning, Week 1, Assignment 1 answers, which last date is 5 February 2025. Hi, I'm Manoj Rao, Director of Smart Classes India. Now let's start the answer these questions. Here you can find Week 1, Assignment 1, and you can see here there are near about 10 questions are there. Okay, and we have already solved the questions, and I would like to discuss with you with some possible answers. See, the first question is, which of the following each or are unsupervised learning problems? So out of the four options we find two options are there, that is identify close knit communities of the people in a social network, and second one is learning to generate artificial human faces using the faces from a facial recognition dataset. Okay, we have an explanations of these two answers also. You can see in case of unsupervised learning deals with unlabeled data. Okay, the data is not managed way where algorithm finds patterns and structures. That is clustering, means grouping of new articles, community detection in a network, and generative models, that is GAN for face recognitions, and classic unsupervised learning problems. Forecasting stock prices and predicting during drug interactions requires labeled data, okay, making them supervised learning tasks. So you can find the two options here. Moving to the question number 2, which of the following statements about reinforcement learning, that is RL, is true, is or are true? Again, we find the two options, that is reinforcement learning RL agents used for playing turn-based game like chess can be trained by playing the agents against itself or self-play. Second one is RL can be used in a autonomous driving systems. An explanation you can find here. In case of reinforcement learning involves learning through trial and error using rewards and penalties. Okay, if it corrects, then it will get the rewards, and if it says wrong, that it is so the penalty. Self-play is a common technique in reinforcement learning, that is AlphaZero trained by the playing agent itself. Then autonomous driving also, second option, autonomous driving also a reinforcement learning to optimize the decision making. However, reinforcement learning action do affect the environment, agent, and is not explicitly given the optimal action in each state. So we choose these two options. Moving to the question number 3, which of the following is or are the regression taxes? Two options we choose here. Predicting the number of new COVID cases in a given time period, and the second one is predicting the total number of goals in a given football team score in a year. Why we choose the two answers? Because regression involves predicting continuous numerical values. The number of COVID cases or footballs goals are numerical values, making them regression problems. Predicting spam is classifications, and identifying the language of text is also a classification taxes. That's why we choose these two options. Moving to the question number 4, which of the following each are classification taxes? Two options we choose here out of this four, the predicting whether or not a customer will repay a loan based on their credit history. And the second one is predict if a house will be standing 50 years after it is constructed. See, question number 4 explanation is can here. Classification problem involves predicting categorical output, that is yes or no, spam or not spam. Loan repayment and house survival predictions are binary classification problems. Okay, binary yes or no. Forecasting weather and house price involve continuous valuing, making them regression taxes. So, two options we choose here. Moving to the question number 5. Consider the following dataset fit a linear regression model. The form Y is this, and using the mean square error loss. Using this model, the predicted value Y, okay, points x1 and x2, that is 0.5 minus 1.0 is what will be value. The value we calculated here, that is 2.05. You can see the calculations value of these requires solving linear regression equations using mean square error MSE loss functions. The predicted value can be computed using the given formula, but without the data details, 2.05 is the correct answer as provided. So B, maybe the answers of these questions. Moving to the question number 6, consider the following data set using k nearest net neighbor KNN regressions model with k equal to 3. Predicted value is this, and using the Euclidean distance to find the nearest neighbors. Okay, x1, x2 is given and y also given. By calculating, you can see here, question number 6, the KNN regressions works by averaging the value of the k nearest neighbors using the Euclidean distance. Three closest points are identified and their values are averaged to get minus 1.166. Minus 1.166. 6 option B. Then moving to the question number 7, consider the following data sets, 3 classes 0, 1 and 2. Okay. And x2 are the independent variable where y is the classical label. Using a KNN, okay, classifiers with k equal to 5, predict the class label at the point x1 and x2. x1 and x2, that is 1.0 and 1.0. Use the Euclidean distance, find the nearest neighbors. Okay. So by putting the formula, we reached at the station for KNN classification. We find 5 nearest neighbors based on the Euclidean distance. The majority of the class among determines the predicted classes. The given data set class 1 is the most frequent. Okay, class 1 is the most frequent. So here we may choose 1 is the answer. Moving to the question number 8. Consider the following statement regarding a linear regression, that is, and KNN regression models. Select the true statements. 4 options is given. We choose the most appropriate, that is, a KNN regressors requires the training data points during the interference, and a KNN regressors with a higher value of k less prone to the overfitting. See, we given the explanation here, KNN keeps the entire dataset for interface life, unlike linear regressions, increasing smooth the predictions and reduce the overfitting. A linear regressor does not partitions input space into constant region, that is characteristics of the decision tree. So we choose these two. Question number 9, which of the following statements regarding bias and variance are correct? Okay, bias and variance are correct. Okay, bias, variance, and bias and variance. Okay, here 3 options are given, so we have to choose 2 options. See, in explanations, 9, overfitting happens when a models. Okay, here question number 9. See, overfitting happens when a model learns noise and has a low variance but high variance. Underfitting occurs when model is too simple, that is leading to high bias but low variance. So here we choose low variance and high variance is a sign of overfitting, and a low variance and high bias is a sign of underfitting. Okay, option A and C. Moving to the last question, suppose that we train 2 kinds of regression models, 2 kinds models corresponding to the following equations. Then which of the following statement is correct? So see, first the explanations is here. Model second is more complex. Model second is more complex. Here second option is more complex, meaning it fits the training data better. Lower training error. Lower training error. Second one is, however, it has a higher variance. It makes it prone to the overfitting compared to the I. If I overfits, double I will not necessarily overfit. If I underfits, first one I may or may not underfit. So option 1, on the given data set, training data set, the mean square error of I is always less than or equal to that of a second. That is, second one is the second likely to have a higher variance than the first. Okay, and we submitted the answer here. Okay, you can see once again I'm going to show you this one question, option number, so yeah, D and E into you can find it also D and E in question number 3, option B and C, question number 4 1 and D, question number 5 option B, question number 6 option B, question number 7 option B, question number 8 B and C, question number 9 A and C, and question number 10 option number A and B. Okay, and that is the possible answers, and very soon we are going to produce week 2 assignment 2 question answers. Till then, you people are take care of yourself. And if you like this video, you can subscribe my channel to get the next answers of week 2 assignment 2. Okay. Till then, thank you and bye bye.